What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This video, a little bit different. Obviously, I'm in my car right now, and it's about a car mount for the Galaxy Z Fold 2. I actually purchased this one. They didn't send it to me. And I was looking for one. I was looking for a good one because this phone is massive when you open it up, but you want to take advantage of it maybe when using navigation, playing your music or whatever, watching a video while you're parked. I found an awesome mount, and I'm going to show it off. It's not perfect, but it does, I think, a really good job at what it does. And so obviously I'm using it for the Z Fold, but ultimately it is a tablet mount. So if you have a tablet, you can use this mount. So here is the mount. So basically it suction cups to the glass on your windshield, and then you clamp it down right here. So I mean, if you've seen one of these before, it's really nothing to it. And then it kind of has like, I guess they call it a gooseneck, so that you can really, pull this out or arrange it in almost any orientation that you want. You can flip this, and so you can get it into the orientation that you want. One of the cool things about this is that since it's pretty deep in there, if you have a pop socket like I do currently, I usually don't use pop sockets, but I did recently put a pop socket on my Z Fold 2, it still fits into here. So let's do that. So the only way it's really truly going to work is if the phone is opened up. You can't use it closed up. It's just too small. So here we go. Put it in here, and it stays perfectly, beautifully, no problems at all. I can still rotate it and use it in that direction. And it's really cool. One thing you can obviously see is that it does wiggle, which it can be a little bit of a distraction ultimately, but it holds the phone beautifully, really, really, really nice. So that, I'm not concerned with this ever falling out. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now at this point, and it's been very, very good. Let's drive around a little bit, and I'll show you how well it does with driving. The shorter you make the arm, I did notice, just FYI, in terms of like pushing it in, it does stay a little bit more stable in terms of the shake. All right, so at this point we're going about 30 miles an hour. There might be some shake from the camera that I'm recording this with as well, so just bear in mind that if there's extra shake on the camera, it's because I have it mounted in between the seat and the middle console. But you can see it shakes a little bit, more so I feel like than a regular traditional phone mount would, like with a regular phone. But you really, I guess you notice it when you go near bumps and things like that, and hopefully I'll hit some bumps or something like that. I'll try to go over like a speed bump so you can get a really good indication of how just a big bump would be on this mount. So here we go again, and if you can't see the screen, sorry about that in terms of that screen, just because of the sunlight, but I can see the screen beautifully. I have it on adaptive brightness so that it automatically adjusts to the sunlight and the darkness on here. And again, it does shake. I'm kind of used to it at this point, to be honest with you. The shake, it doesn't really distract me that much. I think initially it probably will distract you, but again, the more you push in and out the arm, the more you notice the how much it bounces really. But even though it's bouncing like this, and you can see it gets almost like an earthquake on there, even though it does do that, it still doesn't feel like hasn't popped out ever. It's really secure in there, so your phone's not going to drop. It's really a matter of just this thing shaking. And obviously you've got a big device in here, you've got and it can extend out pretty much as much or as little as you want, and you still get all that beautiful action of being able to look at your maps or your navigation and your music. So I've got Google Maps open, and it is beautiful. It's huge on here, so I can see the whole map. I can see what's going on. It gives me those nice big directions. And then the other thing is, even though I don't have a case on, my wife has a pop socket on hers with a case, and hers still fits in here. So even if you're concerned with using this with a case and a pop socket, it still works. I also wanted to show what this looks like when the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is in its mount. and your video recording on here in case you want to capture your drive. This is what it looks like, you know, just capturing the road. And this should give you a pretty good indication of how it's going to look like when it's mounted in here in your video recording, how bouncy it is or how wobbly it is. But again, the smoother the road, the less stopping you do, all that factors into how wiggly this mount is actually going to be. And now I have the front camera on me. I wish I had it kind of oriented the other way, I guess, because the front camera's on the low end. But you could use this as like a vlogging tool, or if you're video chatting with somebody as you drive, which could be dangerous if you're looking at the screen, but if they wanted to see you, you could at least get that accomplished while you drive, and still do your video calls with family and friends and workers and be on the go. So this is gonna work for all of that. So this car mount for the Galaxy Z Fold 2, definitely recommend. Like I said, it's not perfect. The only issue that I honestly have with it is that it wobbles when you drive. But once you get used to it, it's not that bad and it's not that distracting. I can see why that might be a factor for some people that are like, that's too much, I don't want it. But if you're looking for a mount that, you know, can rotate and turn, and you have an adjustable arm right here, it's amazing. I really, really love this. And it's only 20 bucks. And I think it's a great deal at that point. So if you want to pick it up, I'll link it down below. Totally recommend it, especially if you have a Z Fold 2, or even if you have a tablet, pick it up. Thanks for watching. See you down the road. Peace.